Justin Timberlake just announced a big performance, and Niall Horan released his first solo album.
And we have fashion student organizations members here to talk about their latest show. We are bringing you the top Hollywood stories, plus a twist of Kent culture and events. This is The Blurb.
Hi everyone, I'm Haley Holtz.
And I'm Cole Kistler.
Here are some of the top Hollywood stories. We will be getting sexy back again at the Super Bowl next year. Justin Timberlake is headlining the halftime event. On Twitter, JT posted a funny video of him and his best friend Jimmy Fallon joking about the news. This performance will mark his comeback to the Super Bowl. He performed 14 years ago with Janet Jackson when she had that famous nip slip. Knowing what a performer Justin is, we will be in for a great show. I know I'm excited to see what he has in store. And we danced all night to the best news ever. Niall Horan released his new album, Flicker, this past Friday. The new album includes the hit songs Slow Hands and This Town. To celebrate the album, Apple produced the documentary On the Record, Flicker, which includes interviews with Niall and behind-the-scenes footage from recording sessions and acoustic rehearsals. Niall will be going on tour to promote his new album next year, stopping at the Blossom Music Center in Cuyahoga Falls, August 29th. And speaking of Niall, he performed this weekend at the We Will Survive concert. Niall and other stars came together this past weekend for the annual concert to raise money and awareness for breast cancer. Many artists supported the event, including Niall, Harry Styles, Macklemore, Sam Smith, and Kesha. $2 from each ticket sold will go to the Young Survivals Coalition, which offers resources, connections, and outreach programs for young women diagnosed with breast cancer. The show also showed videos from survivors to encourage and educate the fans.
The force is strong with this family. Billie Lord, the daughter of the late Carrie Fisher, shared a post celebrating her mother's 61st birthday on Saturday. She posted a picture on Instagram of Carrie and her in matching nightgowns from years ago and wrote, "Happy birthday, Mom." Billie also honored her mother by getting a matching tattoo and by having a birthday cake to celebrate her special day. It looks like Anna Faris might be moving on to a new man. After splitting up with Chris Pratt a couple months ago, she recently went on a few dates with cinematographer Michael Barrett. The two even attended a carnival together last month with Anna's son. The two have not confirmed or denied their relationship yet, with Michael working on Anna's new film, Overboard. Meanwhile, Anna and Chris are continuing to co-parent together and remain good friends. Former Glee star Matthew Morrison and his wife Renee Punti are welcoming their first child. Matthew posted a picture on Instagram of him and his son fist bumping, saying, "To my firstborn child, Revel James Mackay Morrison. Your mama and papa got this." Renee followed, posting a pic of Matthew holding their baby in his arms. Renee and Matthew got married back in 2014 and announced their pregnancy in May. Maybe his baby will inherit some of his musical ability. Until we know, we wish them congratulations.
Well, have mercy. John Stamos is engaged. He proposed to his fiancée, Caitlin McHugh, in Disneyland. He used a sweet video of moments from classic animated movies during the proposal. He posted a picture on Instagram saying, "I asked and she said yes, and we lived happily ever after." Caitlin is the most famous for her roles in Vampire Diaries and recently starred in a short film called Ingenuine-ish, directed by John. How adorable is that proposal? Props to you, Uncle Jesse.
Speaking of weddings, Kelsey Ballerini had just had her new bridal shower this weekend. Kelsey wrote on Instagram, "Celebrated my love today. My heart is so full, I'm going to burst." A few famous stars attended the shower, including Lady Antebellum's Hillary Scott. The event took place in Nashville and had some traditional bridal games, and the bride squad even jumped into the pool at one point. Kelsey got engaged last Christmas and said she didn't want a traditional wedding. She said she plans to have 3 different looks during the day. Let's see how she pulls off these 3 dresses.
After the break, we have fashion here to inform you on what to wear for your interviews, and Beauty will discuss the Fashion Student Organization's latest fashion shows with makeup. Stick with us, we'll be back.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
For some of us, the time to start applying for jobs is approaching quickly. So we want to help you get prepared for the style that you need to nail your interviews. We have Emily here to chat about what you're going to wear for your big interview. Take it away, Emily.
Thanks, Haley. Hi, I'm Emily Hall. Do you have an interview for an internship or a job coming up and you're not sure how to dress? Well, you are in luck. I'm here to help you dress to impress your future boss. Before I give you some tips on what to wear to an interview, here are some major no-nos when it comes to dressing for an interview. Do not drown yourself in perfume or cologne. Your scent should not be the first thing your future employer notices about you. Make sure to leave your headphones at home and that you aren't dressed too casually. The key to dressing for an interview is not to overdo it by wearing too short of a skirt, transparent tops, or wrinkly suits, or anything too distracting. You want to show your personality in what you are wearing. You can pair a white button-up with a belted or plaid pair of trousers, some loafers, or heels. Ladies, if you're going to wear heels, make sure you can walk in them. And finalize your look with a structured bag. A perfect outfit for men to wear would be a blazer or a suit jacket over a white button-up with suit pants and dress shoes. One last tip is to make sure you take a lint roller to your look to get the hair off, especially if you have a pet or tend to shed yourself. All right, so that's all from me right now. Hopefully I've helped you find the perfect interview look. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you. I will take those tips and actually use them in the future. Now we have Caroline here to discuss her favorite beauty trends from the Fashion Student Organization's fashion show from the weekend. What's up, Caroline?
Thanks, Haley. Saturday night, the Kent State Student Fashion Organization had their biggest fashion show of the year, Art of Contrast at Destination Tokyo, and I had the chance to go behind the scenes to see all of the makeup and hair looks as they were being created. The models began getting ready around 6:30, just an hour and a half before the show began. Preparation started pretty quickly as makeup artists, designers, and crew members alike all pitched in to help get the models ready for the big show. Since the show is inspired by the street style of Tokyo, there were a lot of bright colors on the eyes. The colors I saw most frequently were blues, pinks, and oranges. There were also quite a few bold, intense eyeliner looks. Among all the imaginative makeup, there were still a few designers and stylists who chose to have their models rocking fresh, natural-looking faces, keeping the focus on the clothes. As for hair, many elaborate looks were created, from faux bangs and twisted updos to voluminous, sleeked back strands. The hair was all over the place. There was even a model in a pastel pink wig and white lace headpiece. One trend that seemed to come through in the hair was space buns, which were seen on several of the models. In the end, the models all looked amazing when they were sent down the runway.
That looks like a very cool show. We have some people involved in that same show here to talk with us about it in a bit. So after the break, FSO will be here to chat. Stick around.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back.
Let's go! Man enough. Nice points, man.
Uncle Gary, why?
I need to get mine.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Andrea Gump, and tonight we are talking with the Fashion Student Organization members who participated in their annual semester fashion show. The members got to style their outfits based on Destination Tokyo theme. We are here with FSO President Claire and Public Relations Director Autumn. So first, can you guys tell me a little bit about FSO and the entire organization?
Yeah, so FSO is the Fashion Student Organization, as you mentioned, and basically we want to provide an outlet for students either in fashion or interested in working in fashion for them to do not only fashion shows where they can design and style, but also they can, you know, work on a PR team with Autumn and also doing hair and makeup. We do interior design and like other things like that basically. Okay. And we'll do fashion shows. We'll have industry professionals come in and talk to the members about, you know, tips and tricks in the industry and what they do and just kind of broaden their horizon. It's really like a good networking opportunity as well.
Awesome. So as I mentioned earlier, the fashion show. Can you tell me a little bit about the theme of the fashion show and why you chose that?
So essentially our theme was pretty much anything that was Tokyo related or Japanese inspired. We kind of sent out a poll to all of our members to decide what they wanted to do for our theme because we change it up every single year. And this year just like really kind of foreign and interesting places were really popular, so we came together as a board and decided on Tokyo because it's just a really unique place and we knew that everyone would find some niche of Tokyo to be inspired by.
Right, and Claire, what do you think of the event?
I loved it. I love the theme. It was like really cool. I loved every year we always do, you know, like a different country or something, and I loved seeing, you know, in past years what our students and like members have come up with as far as designs go, and I think they did a really great job of really incorporating different aspects of Tokyo, whether it be a neighborhood or a different subculture that's like accepted. So it was a really good theme. I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. I'm glad you both really liked that. So how did they select the theme? How did they come up with Tokyo? I mean, because I know you had said that they do a different country every year, so why Tokyo?
I think we sent it out to the members saying, you know, what do you want to do? Well, we're looking for themes, like you could do art or anything, like what do you guys want to design for? Because ultimately they're the ones participating.
Right.
And someone suggested Tokyo and everyone was like, that sounds like a winner.
That's
Immediately
awesome.
we decided on it.
That's really cool. No, I love that. So who were the designers and the models for the fashion show?
It's all of our members.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the semester, we have members sign up to be a part of FSO, and then when the fashion show comes around, that's one of the perks of being a member is that you get to design, style, model, and even work backstage, hair and makeup, everything. So it's purely a fashion show put on by our members, and for our members.
That's awesome. How many people participated this year?
Okay, so
normally, or a rough estimate.
Yeah, because
50, I think.
Yeah,
usually
as far as like designer, stylist, backstage.
Yeah.
Front of house, everything like that.
Which is a good chunk.
Oh yeah, it seems like it. What were your roles as for the fashion show?
Well, since I'm the PR director for the fashion shows, I make all of the marketing. So like I made the poster and the flyers and programs, and then I just pretty much promote the show on all of the social media platforms.
I love this. I know we were talking about this before the show, but that is so interesting.
Thank you so much.
How much time did that take you to come up with that idea and obviously incorporate little bits and pieces of Tokyo? And
well, it took a while to make. Our faculty director actually suggested making it look like an old-fashioned postcard, which I thought was like a brilliant idea. And then I looked up a tutorial on how to do it on Illustrator, thinking it would take me an hour, and then like 5 hours later I was halfway through. So it took a while, but I learned a lot, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
That's awesome. And then now you'll be able to teach others how to do it too, and pass that down, you know, once you graduate.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this something that you both plan on staying in for the rest of your college career? What's your experience been like with FSO?
I'm like kind of towards the end here. I'm actually graduating in December, and I started in FSO as a freshman as a member, and then my sophomore year I was project manager, and then I was VP, and then I was president. And honestly, like looking back at it now that I'm kind of like evaluating my whole college career and everything and like what I did, I think it was an amazing experience, and I challenge anybody who ever has an opportunity to be involved with an organization on a board or do something that you aren't really quite sure if you can handle or not, you know, go for it, because I learned so much about myself. I learned so many different skills that I can apply to, you know, going off into the real world and like working my job. And it's just been a really great experience. I met like awesome people who are amazingly skilled in things that I can never do, and like learning from them. It's just been a great experience.
Right. And going back to the show, how did they design the decor for the show and everything that went along with the show?
So actually one of our other board members, Lexi, she, I went out shopping with her, but she pretty much came up with the whole idea, and we kind of just went for this very like natural ambiance thing, and she just made this whole floral arrangement with like fairy lights and tulle, and it was absolutely beautiful. So there was just kind of like a glow to the whole atmosphere.
That's amazing.
Like flowers like taped
everywhere,
all over.
everywhere. It was awesome.
That is so cool. I love that, and especially, you know, when you make it feel like you're actually there, I think it makes the show feel better.
For sure.
So, thank you girls so much. When we come back, we are checking out some of the looks from the show. You don't want to miss out. We'll be right back.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're going to turn on the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Finally won. What's your reaction? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hello everyone, we're back with the Fashion Student Organization. We are now going to talk about the specific categories in the show. We have winner Best Stylist Clover Queen here, and Autumn and Claire are back to discuss the looks as well. We will also be looking at some of the winners' designs. They brought their models here to showcase their looks. So now we are going to bring you out here. So tell me a little bit about this look and what inspired you to create these looks.
So my main inspiration was street fashion in Harajuku, which is a small part of Tokyo. It's really well known for its fashion and so many subcultures, you probably couldn't count them all. And the main one for me is called Decora. It's a lot about like over-accessorizing and just like expressing yourself so much through your clothing, and also just overdoing everything, but that's the whole idea of it, for everything to be super fun and just like childlike and with like no cares in the world.
Right, so What do you guys think about these looks? I know I love them personally, but what do you guys think?
Everything she just said is totally portrayed here, and like the amount of detail that's in them just blows my mind, and I just think it's so freaking cool.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think?
I love it. I know like what she's talking about with like the neighborhood and everything. It's cool because like they have all these like random accessory stores like in Harajuku, and they all have like a bunch of different like accessories and like bracelets and stuff like made like out of these exact beads, and like all of like the chokers and stuff like that, and everybody's super into it, so it's really cool. And the fact that she did it a lot with like a lot of color, you know, a lot of people in fashion kind of tend to go towards like black, for instance, what I'm wearing, but like I love that she's going with more color, making it more interesting.
I love that too. Is this your first fashion show with FSO?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
I actually joined FSO just to be part of this show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Autumn told me what the theme was, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm joining now.
That's amazing. Have you always loved these looks before? Is that what got you inspired? Did you already?
Yeah, I've been really inspired by Tokyo fashion since I was probably 11 years old, and so that's just stuck with me.
That's awesome. Okay, well thank you guys very much. I loved having you on the show and loved hearing a lot about your looks. So now we have Jillian McGarry here, who won Best Model. And what do you guys think of this look?
I think everything in the details of this look are amazing, especially her makeup, that she really like emulated everything else that's going on, and the structure that she'll probably talk about is just, I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Jillian, can you tell me a little bit about your inspiration for this outfit?
Sure, so I was inspired by the advanced architecture in Tokyo, specifically the Cocoon building. It had really clean lines and curved edges.
As you can see, yeah,
so
I love that.
That was the inspiration for this, and then it had webbing within, so the geometric pattern in the watch and then the structure of the shoulder pieces were to reflect that.
That's awesome, and is that also what inspired your makeup? How long did that take you to do? I know it
well,
take me forever.
I have a very talented friend that did it for me actually, and so she did it in like 20 minutes, but I couldn't.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have done that either. Did you guys see any other trends like this on the runway?
I think it was like a very good mix of things that were more like Clover's, you know, like more into like a Tokyo like street style look, and then there was more that were based off of architecture and kind of clean lines. It was a good balance. But I don't know, hers just kind of stood out in a way, in like a subtle way.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Okay, and why do you think that you won Best Model? I mean, I think you're awesome, but
I don't know. I actually have very little modeling experience. I modeled once for a bridal show, and then I did the Sir Optimus show with FSO in September, and then I just did this. So I don't know.
That's awesome.
It just worked out.
No, congratulations. I bet that has been an amazing experience
Yeah, it's been
for
really
you.
fun.
Is this your first fashion show as well?
I've never designed or styled before, so yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, now we have Sage Dye's model here to showcase her look. Sage won Best Designer but could not make it here tonight. So, what do you all think of this look?
I think the amount of detail that Sage put into this, and I know she literally did it in like 2 days, is insane. Because we have a lot of the same classes, and I literally would not have had time to make this. So like props to her, and I just think like the layers, I know she's got like an underskirt under there you can't see, but like the attention to detail in that short amount of time just really blows my mind.
It takes me 2 days to get dressed just normally, so I can only imagine only taking 2 days to create an entire look and it looking this amazing. I could never have done something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking, you were asking me earlier about what you thought of what I thought of it, and I love like all the detail and all the construction of it, and honestly, like from a merchandising standpoint, I could not imagine doing anything like that. And the fact that Autumn was just like, yeah, that's insane. Like, we love seeing that kind of participation from members, and that they're that dedicated to like giving us something really great, even though it's like not for a grade or anything. They're just doing it for fun, and that's awesome because like we have a great look, and the audience really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I know you had talked about the design, but what about the colors that are in this look? What do you think of those?
Obsessed with the pink. I'm not a pink person, but the hair is just so cool. I don't know.
It's like the perfect touch because this is so flowy and beautiful, and it just needs like that pop of color.
It's like a very feminine color.
Yeah.
With, like the feminine like kind of silhouette. Yeah. And she's got the makeup and the pearls.
I love that. And she did the makeup herself, so that's amazing.
Oh, girl, slay.
Yeah, right? So why do you think she won this look?
Honestly, just for all like the reasons we said before, the attention to detail, the amount of time, and I definitely think it was probably one of the most, it like had the biggest impact when she walked on stage compared to everything else. It really, I don't know, it really shocked me when I first saw it. Like, I just can't believe it was a full garment that she made.
That's amazing. Like I said, I could have never done this. So I can only imagine what my face would have looked like if I saw this walk out on the runway. I probably would have, like, you know, my jaw would have, I'd have to pick it up off the ground. But no, I love the look, love the makeup, and like you all said, I think the colors really balance each other out, which makes it a lot better for the look. But I love that. All right, well, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, it was nice talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next week is Halloween, and our show is actually on the scariest day of the year. So get excited. We have a lot of spooky fun planned, so grab some candy and tune in. Until then, our producer Aaron Keller has a sneak peek for some of our beautiful special guests.
While others paint to decorate their dorm rooms, entrepreneurship major Carrie Esser paints herself.
It was in my economics class in high school where we were assigned a project to start a company or a product, and I chose to start Makeup Madhouse.
4 years later, Makeup Madhouse is Carrie's successful makeup and body paint company. She also paints other people, oftentimes her friend Katie.
She makes everybody look so beautiful, even if like you're meant to look ugly. And she's done a couple of gore ones, or she has some coming up for Halloween where you're like, wow, that's like hideous, but like beautiful all at the same time.
Makeup Madhouse now has over 10,000 Instagram followers. Her self-taught work can take anywhere from 1 to 8 hours.
It's a process for sure, and then it always ends up coming together, usually in the last like hour.
When Carrie's not painting in her apartment, she's also part of Makeup Artists of Kent State.
Carrie's our freelance team representative, and so that really just means that she is communicating with the girls on a daily basis and really getting that contact with one-on-one with each and every one of them.
Carrie says her leadership role in the student organization helps to prepare her for her future of her own company.
I'm gonna be my own boss, so it's really allowed me to like have big responsibility and be in charge of a lot of people.
For TV2 News, I'm Erin Keller.
So Carrie will be here next week to discuss her body painting designs.
Thank you for watching tonight. Next week is Halloween, so you do not want to miss it. Make sure to follow us at TV2 The Blurb on Twitter and on Facebook at TV2 The Blurb. Good night, everyone.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're gonna beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest